Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to VTM Shadows of New York. Now, in the last episode, if there was a theme to it, it would have been awkward conversations, guys, because Julia had quite a few of them. Awkward conversations with the Padre, with Dakota, and with a gentleman climbing a tree trying to get his Montague on before he fell out of said tree, and instead of helping him out trying to get his lover's attention, we fed on him and kind of just ruined his chances. But the good news is, and the most important thing is, we're all right. Gotta take that Lasombra spirit to heart, you know what I mean? Speaking of Lasombra spirits, it looks like Oblivion is calling to us once again. Let's see what happens here. All of a sudden, the world ends. Everything stops. I'm lost in the darkness, and there's not even a heartbeat to guide me. It's like sleep paralysis, except it feels as if I suddenly woke up from reality instead of a dream. Instinctively, I react to it the same way I used to react whenever I woke up in the middle of the night. Aware, but not able to move or speak. I just wait for it to pass. But instead of slowly regaining control, I just see a bizarre room emerge from the darkness. Just look at her. Flesh refusing its fate. It is. It's not the one you were looking for, is it? He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep is silent before the shearers, he did not open his mouth. There is none righteous, not even one. There is no one understands. There is none who seeks for God. All have turned aside together. They have become useless. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. Raging waves of the sea, forming up their own shame, wandering stars from whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to death, and die shall flee from them. Or desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Whenever I become one with the darkness, there's always this nagging fear that it might be impossible to become the normal me again. Then instead of the shadows returning to normal, I'll let my consciousness be dragged somewhere else. Somewhere between the worlds. Somewhere like this. Wherever this is. This is the first time that fear has come true. Are you afraid? It's a bad idea to answer. Don't do it. Yes. Excellent. 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 I think I need to sit in this chair. I think I need to sit in this chair. So many varied options. I sit in the chair. Still in the lean years and unworthy of joining the rest. However, the path is open and is the path of obligation, liability, a debt that will be repaid one day. Admit ye ask you what brought her here, let your response be a scent of death. Suddenly, I feel my mind beginning to drift away from here. I'm slowly starting to regain control over my thoughts. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Fine. Think whatever you want. I find myself in a dark corner, leaning against a wet, cold brick wall. I think I'm conscious again, back from whatever it was. Awake, but in an unfamiliar place. Well, let's just hope that it's still in New York City. I emerge from the shadows to see where I am. A source of light above my head momentarily blinds me, causing me to instinctively raise my hand. As I do, I hit some sort of garbage bag with my hand. It falls to the floor, letting loose a metallic din. What the fuck? A woman. I feel her hand grabbing my clothes. She brutally drags me closer. With one of my hands already above my head, I raise the other. Easy, peace. I mean you no harm. How long have you been here? I don't know. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Here, or in general, really. It's like, sometimes the forces I control figure out how to control me. What are you, a junkie? No. You're kindred. Yeah. Keep your shit together, damn it. I'm Julia Sawinski, the representative of the Lasombra in New York City. Camarilla? Uh-huh. I'm a Camarilla investigator. Well, if you came here to catch me, you're going to be sorry you tried, Miss Lasombra. No. Stop right here. I wasn't ordered to catch anybody. I'm just investigating Douglas Callahan's death. This surprises her. She loosens her grip slightly. Callahan's dead? Nothing left but a rotten carcass and a musty robe. Well, I'll be damned. I've been off the grid for too long. What brought you here? A memory from a different world pops up in my head. Yeah, I think I know the right answer. A scent of death. She lets me go. I rub my eyes and finally get a good look at her face. Oh, okay, I figured this was probably her. I don't remember the voice I used for her in Coteries of New York. I guess I'll just give it my best shot. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna try and watch an episode and remember. One sec. Okay, I think I got it about right. She's gorgeous. And judging by her nomadic clothes and the particularly fierce aura, she's probably an outlander. We'll have a talk, you and I. Sure. What's your name? Tamika. Pass me a smoke, will you? If only I could, my heart would skip a beat right now. Tamika. I guess once again someone out there led me to the proper path. Yeah. Sure. When I pass her a cigarette, I realize I'm standing in something wet. Something that smells tasty. I look at my feet and I see a puddle of water mixed with blood. Oh. I get it. Were these guys First Light? The high-powered guns and expensive-looking outfits, flashbangs, tasers, all chosen specifically to combat the undead. I recognize that equipment from some horror stories I've heard. First Light, SI, Usokam, whatever they call themselves, they all bleed out the same, usually before I have the chance to ask them a single question. Government-funded inquisitors. Some claim they're connected to the U.S. government. Some claim they're supported by the anti-kindred faction in the Holy See. Some have even wilder theories. You did this all by yourself? Have you seriously seen nothing? Nothing at all? I shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. I just kind of let the shadows go. Oh, that's right, this is Julia talking. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. I just kind of let the shadows guide me. Is that a Lasombra thing? I've never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh. So you folks are with the Ivory Tower now. Last I checked, you were with the Sabbat. The cammies wouldn't forgive all the trouble you've caused them overnight. Again, I'm practically still a neonate. I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. I see. We smoke in silence for a short while. So, did you kill them all yourself? You haven't answered my question. Yeah, I've been hunting these guys for the past few months. Aren't they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. Then why are you doing this? Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. My brothers, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities, but here, funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred, ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York City hasn't really changed ever since Calebros stepped down. Quite the opposite. Every SI raid in this city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think that their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from the blank body menace. Tamika throws her cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her heel. She obviously has difficulty smoking. It's like she's only ever tried it a few times. I assume she saw me carrying a pack and decided to try it to calm her nerves after a battle. Or maybe she just wanted an excuse to make our conversation less awkward. Who knows? So, are you planning to snitch on me, Shadow Girl? And why would I do that? Let me get this straight. You really think I'm dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. Looks like I need to show her I mean business, just like I showed Nastia yesterday. Look, I couldn't give two shits whether you killed 1 or 12 or 1,000 SI operatives. Whatever. Do your thing. But I do think you might have been involved in a murder that actually concerns me. Callahan's murder. What? What are you talking about? I found this on his body. Well, what remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it to read it, but I don't let her. Aside for your name, we've got Hope, Agathon, and Angelo. You know them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all of your names? I might know why, yeah. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know of a man going by the name of Torque? Huh. Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan, and by proxy to this list and me? No. I'm all ears. Well, too bad, because it's classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free. Oh, great. As if I were in position to or could afford any sort of quid pro quo. But fine. Let's hear it. What do you want? She motions toward the bodies. I've killed too many of these assholes. They're tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Well, not that it ever was. Oh man. Bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. You offer that to me, I'll give you the intel you need. Huh. Would you look at that? That's something I can handle, actually. Yeah. She raises her eyebrows. That's a surprisingly confident answer for a practically still a neonate. I'm something of an immigration officer. Psh, Gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad. A bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead you to the West Coast. 100% safe travel. And if you took it, you'd be untraceable. It sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. The only reason I know of this route is because a certain Nazi criminal group reached out to me on account of my position and offered a mutually beneficial deal regarding legal kindred travel. Normally I'd refuse, but they offered me the only thing that can buy me a lot of cash. Fine then. Money's not an issue. Now that's something I never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Okay then. Okay, so who helps who first? It's a deal, but who scratches whose back? She ponders my question for a good while, studying me, before she decides on a response. Have you met Torque before, in the course of your investigation, or before? I wanted to, but on the Anarch side I only managed to meet Mia, and she wasn't keen on the idea of the two of us meeting. Ah, yes, Mia. Her expression betrays she's got some vicious stories to tell, but it'd be beneath her to divulge them. Too bad. Maybe it could be a bonding experience. So here's the thing. A few months ago, Torque and I were together. A lot of things happened, and long story short, I no longer feel close to him, but from what I know, he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that has a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, I want it back. So my suggestion is, tell Torque's people I sent you to get inside his base of operations. Meet with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give me my ring back. You get to interrogate him. Then I get to have my ring back. Then you hear my side of the story. Then I get to leave the city with your help. Everybody wins. More than once. They'll really let me in just because I tell you sent me? They will. Trust me. That sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so, but that's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I'll need something more to go on. Will you? Yeah. She picks her words carefully. I've realized I'd become an element of his carefully crafted, projected image. Having me as a radical partner allowed him to present himself as a mediator while playing lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator. That's the 21st century for you. Everyone wants to be a middleman these days, and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torque from the Ancillae, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If he ever seemed that, it's only because, from time to time, people like me pushed him into doing an uneasy thing. You ever heard of the southern wolf and the northern fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner, but only the southern fox makes it immediately obvious. The tricky northern fox makes eyes and allows you to pet him before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with northern foxes. They talk of compromises. They seem reasonable compared to the opposition, but at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize. Power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling, but I can't quite nail down why. Alright. Tell me where to go, and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. And we're back. I'm just chilling at Torque's when suddenly a shrill, loud voice pierces my eardrums. And what the hell are you doing here? Oh, yay. It's the pissy lady from Torque's Inner Circles. I'm here to see Torque. I figured as much. You should have gone through this security first. Get out. And what if he tells me to stay? Fat chance. Move your ass before I throw you out. I thought you'd be more open to cooperation after our last talk. Not when you're trying to make deals behind my back, bitch. Mia, it's okay. There he is, walking through the door. One of the most infamous New York City barons, or as some people started calling him the moment Callahan met his end, the Baron of New York City. Torque, we talked about this. The situation is a little bit different now. Tamika sent her. What? Bullshit, I wasn't able to track her down for weeks. Well, I did. And guess what? It took me one night, you clown. I've had enough of bitchy henchwomen for the week, so I can't help but put her down. She shoots me a hateful look, but Torque gestures at her to stay quiet. This is a reason to celebrate, not to get mad. Now, if you allow the two of us to have a private conversation. No way. I want to keep an eye on her. You will keep an eye on the exit and that'll be enough. Please. He puts on his best authoritative tone, and it works. No protest this time. And Mia leaves the room. When talking to Mia, you mentioned cooperation. First I've heard about it. I tried to make friends with her so the investigation would go more smoothly. Looks like it wasn't appreciated. Well, I'm sorry about her. She can't be overzealous, but usually that's not a bad thing. Yeah, sure. She has told me I've been trying... So, has she told you I've been trying to reach you for a few nights? I don't think so. Have you? Well, I'm the dumbass the court ordered to investigate Callahan's final death, so considering your connection to the case, I thought it'd be more prudent for us to talk. Ah, so that's you. Yeah. Now, I know you're probably anxious to hear about Tamika. Well, I'm surprised to hear you two know each other. We actually met through this investigation. Anyway, as I was saying, I know you probably can't wait to hear about her, but I'd like to ask you a few questions first. I understand. Do your job. Did you know Douglas Callahan? Of course I did. We were both barons. Kept having professional obligations to meet each other. Well, that was it. What was your private opinion of him? Same as everyone else's. A racist clown, mentally stuck in the 18th century, who spent too much time keeping the anarchs down. I'm glad he's gone. You mean you're glad he met final death? Well, you know what they say. Hate to see you go, love to watch you leave. Weren't you the first kindred who saw his corpse? I was, but it was his ghouls who found him. By the way, we've established that some of them tampered with a crime scene. They were probably disciplined for that. Convenient story. Let's move on. What's your alibi for that night? None. I was running around town the entire night, taking care of various issues. Unrelated to Callahan, but I don't intend to divulge them to someone from the Ivory Tower. So you have no interest in proving yourself innocent? My official position was made clear. It's the Camarilla who are to blame, and it's your job to prove me wrong. At least once, can I face a problem that can be solved with pure logic and not politics? Any findings on your side I should know of? Well, ask Mia. She's the one who handled the murder scene. I'm not privy to all the details. Hope, D'Angelo, Agathon. Any idea who those people are? Can't recall. Sorry. The evidence I've found suggests a potential link between Callahan and Tamika. Any clue? Well, I knew both of them well, but as far as I know, they've never met. That's it. Oh well, not sure what I expected. He's the kind of guy that could only be pushed to talk if I had something concrete to push him with. Time to move on. Well, regarding Tamika. Finally. I'll cut straight to the chase. She wanted to inform you that she'll be skipping town for a while. The SI is hot on her trail and she needs to lose them, ASAP. Oh, I've told her countless times, if she's in danger, I will always be there for her. Does she think she can find a secure way out of the city in this situation? She's safe. So you say. She's got some other friends in high places. She'll manage to get out. I've got to admit that's not what I expected to hear, or what I wanted to hear. Why did she decide to contact me? She wants her ring back. His aura changes in a blink of an eye. I see now. So that's why she didn't show up herself. Wouldn't even face me when delivering the final insult. Uh-oh. Looks like I stepped on a landmine. She said the ring was a symbol of the trust she put in me. No way in hell I'm going to give it away. Not until she gives me the chance to explain myself. I need that ring to get Tamika to talk. With the way he's acting, it doesn't seem likely he'd be willing to part with it. It might require me to act shitty, but maybe... time to change my approach? Ooh. Be brutally honest or lie through our teeth. Alright. I mean, the question is, what would be acting in that regard? Would it be being brutally honest or just lying through our teeth? Well, I mean, if we're gonna rock out, you know, we're gonna lie. We're gonna lie and see what happens. Oh, our trade updated. What did our trade update? You can't be a writer and not lie? Man, look at that. Loyal only to myself, glass half empty, a little abuse of power, never heard me. I think we just need to go, every time we get one of these, we just need to go for the crappiest one, because we are filling out the Lasombra checklist here. Listen, this is none of my business, but I think you've got something wrong here. How exactly? She still loves you. Poof. He's only doe-eyed for a short moment, but it's obvious I hit him where it hurts. You said you just met her. How would you know? We fought an SI patrol together. That won me her trust. And then we had an unexpectedly honest talk, woman to woman. Glad Mia's away. If she was still in the room, I'd be far too embarrassed to let this shit escape my mouth. But Torque just nods, prompting me to go on. She's conflicted. She understands the painful realities of this world, but she wants to hold on to her ideals. That's why it's hard for her to stay close to you. Even though deep down she resentfully respects your slow and steady work, she still wants to give her own approach a chance. Oh my god, what am I doing? Then why would she want the ring? To me, it's an obvious message. I was wrong to put my hopes in you. It's punishment. She wants it to remember you by, and to have the symbol of those hopes near her, to remind her there's always another way. Look, I know this is hard for you, but you gotta give her time and the benefit of the doubt. It'll pay dividends in the long run. Solely making her realize her misconceptions might have been wrong. Ah. A realization slowly dawns on him. Oh my god, he's actually buying it. I'm dying inside. He takes the ring out of his inside pocket and passes it on to me. Go. Tell her I'll be waiting. And that my feelings haven't changed. Of course. Should Mia lead you out? No need. No need. I'll manage. As I leave, I feel very self-conscious about the pace of my walk. I feel like I just got away with murder. If he relays what I said to Mia, she'll probably see through my bullshit in an instant. But, oh well, won't be my problem at that point. Time to meet Tamika. And it is time to go ahead and end the episode, guys. I guess we chose the right option there. And it really is. If you look at the trait, it is just as nasty as we can be. I mean, she can still have her inner conflict and everything, but man, we are fitting that stereotype, aren't we? But yeah, we will go ahead and see what happens with Tamika at the beginning of the next episode, guys. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we will see you next time. Later days, everyone.